I don't know how many people have heard of Matthew Harris. Essentially, there is a guy who was a lecturer at the university UCLA. It was discovered that this guy, Dr. Matthew Harris, PhD, he had a manifesto, which is always a good, you know, I could have said that he had an 800-page manifesto, which he does, and that wouldn't have necessarily made it sound stupider than he has a manifesto. It could have been 5 pages, but yeah, he has an 800-page manifesto filled with just about every mean, naughty slur word that you can say. He says the feller word. The hard R, he says that about, I think it was like 3,000 times, probably more than that. Frankly, I don't know even how much of this I can show. Most of the bad words have been censored, and I still don't know if I can really show it comfortably. But, you know, we're gonna try. This is the manifesto. Dr. Matthew Harris, Doctor of Philosophy and Schizophrenia, former lecturer at UCLA who was arrested on February 1st for threatening to shoot up the campus. Included in his threats was an 803-page manifesto featuring 10,386 uses of the gamer word, his plans to commit genocide against everyone who isn't African American, and incel rage over being rejected by one of his former professors, who had to file a restraining order against him after he threatened to murder her. So again, great start, great summary to this situation. Thank you once again, Ark. And we can see this is his 803-page manifesto is broken apart into books as if this was Lord of the Rings. We got now censored. You can figure out for yourself what each word means. You can figure that out. But, terrorist fellers activate. Follow the tree, my territory. Catastrophic rise of my martyrs. Worldwide extinction of all species. Only one man alive is Matthew C. Harris. God. There's like the little thing on the top of this cap, and the headphones were like pressing right down into that. It was really hurting my baby soft spot that's on the top of my scalp. But only man alive is Matthew C. Harris. World-ending corpse apocalypse. I love that Electric Wizard album. That's great. Civil conquest, kill everything. Infinite effortless fun, reality tunnels, and the prophecy of Matthew C. Harris. You can see here the over 10,000 times that the feller word comes up. And, yeah, sent from my iPhone from Matthew Harris to Rosalind Harris. Subject, plans to murder Catherine Ritchie in September when UC Irvine opens with a MP5 for giving me schizophrenia. I didn't know that was like a communicable disease. Just so you know, I will probably be moving closer to Irvine's campus so that I can hunt this down and put in her. Okay, then. My psychiatrist said good luck and told me I have schizophrenia. His psychiatrist said good luck. Alright. Who is this psychiatrist? He told the psychiatrist that he has plans to kill someone, and the guy was just like, Godspeed, so long, and thanks for all the fish. Alright then. American something. There's a joke there to be made about like American healthcare or something. Now I get shouted at all day, and frankly I'm ready to go Chris Dorner on these white people. Catherine Ritchie will be the first person. Alright, so he's like straight up saying he's gonna murder people. Matthew began exhibiting erratic and violent behavior at the beginning of 2021. Multiple reports filed by students ranging with complaints about general academic misconduct to more severe accusations of sexual harassment and potential possession of child abuse materials. Hang on. He's so peacefully nuzzled in there. God damn it. Look at this. Are you happy? Are you happy that I have to now... Are you happy with yourself? Get him there. That's a good size right there. Matthew began... Alright, so... He was put on leave from UCLA at the end of March 2021. This professor is extremely unprofessional and has sent his personal pornographic content to a student. This is his YouTube channel. Please fire this professor. His actions are not acceptable. As far as we can tell, this guy was being complained about quite a lot, and the school just didn't care. They just kept him there for some reason. Let me bring out the chat. Yeah, no, you came at the right time, right when we rise the Sangi. You know, I hope that we don't have to bring out the Sangi every stream. But every stream something happens and just ruins that. Let's see here. Easily my least favorite class at UCLA ever. He is very dry and could not care less about the class. This was a class on music and personal identity, and he made the final a 16-page essay about race in America, a topic that was not discussed at all in class. In addition, he made us research it and cite papers that had nothing to do with anything relating to music. He has an extremely dry tone, and lectures consisted of him projecting his notes, like a dense Word document, on the screen and just reading off of it. He sounds mad that he has to lecture. He sounds mad for a number of reasons. In addition, he makes you do reading summaries before every class, which is annoying. Fair. Many people in my class complained to the department that he was being unreasonable throughout the quarter, and he kept changing the syllabus, presumably because the department kept on getting mad at him. There was someone in my class whose grade was changed 43 times after the quarter ended. He started messaging people in the middle of the summer saying that he spilled Chinese food on their final and that they need to resubmit it. It is so laughable that I would not believe this about a professor had I not experienced it. He changed my grade 3 times. He also discourages being a good student. This is because there were people who didn't submit the midterm, who he assured would still at least get an A-. I have no idea how this guy is still teaching. I mean, I would assume, you know, he constantly brings up race, he hates white people. Let's be honest here, he probably just told the school board or whatever, the faculty was like, yeah, if you fire me, I'm gonna go to the, like, CNN and make this a thing. And so they were just like, well, what do we do? I don't know. Pay for his Chinese food that he spilled, I guess, I don't know. And now, yes, here we have a good email. Forward, Matthew C. Harris, inappropriate behavior, master file. To whom it may concern, trigger warning! This email contains content that depicts CP, predatory behavior, SA, pedophilia, homophobia, anti-feminist rhetoric, ethnocide, and violence. Wow, you made all of those actual problem issues sound like nothing. Sound like just some Tumblr idiot. This is a complete description as well as compiled screenshots of the most disturbing and disgusting content from UCLA's philosophy postdoctoral fellow and professor of Phil 168, Matthew C. Harris's YouTube channel. This is the link to his channel. Here are the facts. Invited several female students visit to a coffee shop that was closed, then invited to visit his apartment for in-person office hours. With inappropriate intentions, behaved inappropriately with one female student, assigned a 21-page final, which included reading Christopher Dorner's Manifesto and Hitler's Manifesto, Mein Kampf, which made a large majority of the students uncomfortable. In light of the content and racially violent messages he has posted on his YouTube channel, this is even more disturbing. Was reported to Gavin Lawrence, head of the philosophy department, for the behavior thus far, and Harris seemingly retaliated by giving the large majority of the class a final grade of a C+. You shouldn't be allowed to do that. Like, leaving aside everything else this guy's done, possibly being a Sangi, trying to murder people, or whatever, you should not be allowed as a professor at a university to retaliate against the faculty or whatever by giving your students all a bad grade. That should be, like, immediate. Not only are you fired, but all of the grades are, like, reset, and they get an actual professor in to actually teach them and grade them. That is absolutely insane that the school would just allow that. Like, again, leaving aside everything else, just like, oh yeah, it's fine, you know, John over there is not gonna get to become a doctor now because he only got a C+ on his thing. I mean, I don't know, that's probably not... It's college, it's not exactly like high school, but it just seems really unfair. It's also philosophy, so like, what the fuck good is that in anything? No, nobody gives a shit about your grade on your philosophy test or whatever. Unless you get hired by an equally crazy and stupid company. But yeah, that just still seems like, outside of everything else, it's retaliating against the head of the philosophy department by giving them all C+. Just ruining all of those students, like, you know, a lot of them probably tried. They all had to put up with his ridiculous course plan. He was apparently supposed to be teaching people about music, and it turned into race. And all these people are just like, God, I just need this good grade, god damn it, I'll just do the work, whatever. And he didn't give a shit. He just C+. That part really pissed me off, I don't know why. Most disturbingly, on March 28th, he emailed one student privately this video from his YouTube channel depicting pornographic content. Attached is proof of the email sent to the student, omitting the student's name for privacy. Links to the video. Disturbing screenshots from the video. I don't know if we can... Oh, okay. Here are specific disturbing screenshots from the video that was sent to a student. These folders depict titles such as Training Little Girls, Anal, Bathroom Boys, Blondes, Unsorted Youngins, Young Stepdaughters, Porn and Art, B-Boys, Backshots, Lily Raider. If looking at closely, looking. This is what happens when your teachers don't do a good job. You say looking. If looking at closely, the purple overlay is heavily edited porn. Well, I'm not looking at it that closely, and I suggest that none of you do. It's just a purple overlay, don't worry, there's nothing going on there. I've also attached DMs from Duke University senior basketball player Jade Williams. Her name was used in a video titled by Harris without her consent. The video was titled, Jade, you owe me more than cookies. The location is tagged Jade Williams. Duke University is Harris's alma mater. He received his PhD in 2019, meaning Jade was only a college sophomore when he was attending. Attached to this email are screenshots of the most disturbing content from his channel, including but not limited to content of young female underage white girls and violent rhetoric inciting murder. 9/11 video tagged titled Fireworks. Christopher Dorner idolization, disturbing thumbnails, explicit thumbnails. Yeah. Oh geez, it keeps going. Pornographic folders, depictions, sexual depictions of white women. That's my new album name right there. Sexual scenes from video, sexually explicit photo of underage girl, tag the beauty bar, thumbnails of underage girls, tag whitegirlmine.png, UCLA female volleyball players posted without consent, so on and so on. Bay, there's feet, you know, Reddit AMA here, which we'll look at shortly. I won't get too much into this out of respect for the females who are dealing with this and have dealt with this since January. But yes, he supposedly gave her the address to a coffee shop in Westwood to meet up and discuss school-related material. The coffee shop was closed, and so he began walking her back to her apartment in Westwood, to his apartment in Westwood. He was essentially lured back to his place. It was reported to Title IX and no action was ever taken. I spoke on the phone with Title IX about handing over evidence to help the case, a full 3-hour video of his original YouTube channel that I screen recorded, but they would not guarantee I remained anonymous. I voiced concerns for my safety, considering his glorification of the Dorner Manifesto, and they told me they would speak to the legal department and get back to me on a specific date. Never got a call back. So you are told as a school, oh yeah, this guy that works for you is like talking about how he wants to murder people, he's got and all this shit, and they're just like, you know, we'll figure it out. The game is on, you know, he's not going anywhere. I'll do it tomorrow. Absolutely absurd. Matthew is now in police custody being held without bail and facing federal charges, which is for the best. And now we get into the Manifesto excerpts. The 33 Commandments, Feller World Terrorism. Number 1, they work together as a coordinated mass. Horde nothing defeats them except war and... mass horde, sorry. There's no punctuation, so, you know, nothing defeats them except war and terrorism. There are no good ones. Even the nice ones who pretend to have Feller's back will drop him into the gutter if he whistles at an unworthy woman. So tell 88 to suck my dick. Tell 88 to swallow my off the floor. Believe me, she will feel pains she didn't know her body could. Tell to lick Feller's boots. Feller's tongue my anus, of course. Tell Spencer to get a in his skull. Tell the loser to piss his pants in a basement and hide behind the Bible after he's done hiding from me. Oh boy. Tell the loser, like when I pissed on your couch and you smiled, this is who you will always be. Now you're dead. F you, Fitzhenry. Die of being a stupid inferior piece of trash. Your blood is garbage and so are your thoughts. Your sister gave me 88 head. Your little sister gave me 88 swallows. Millhouse get shot and die. What did Millhouse do? Millhouse is yellow. He's not one of them crackers. Being a feller while they free fall to death. Lincoln Trump. Number 1. Fuck Kermit the Frog. Number 52, I will deflate you with my penis. 26, feller, I got an from looking at a red classic sports car once. Don't try to interpret sexuality with theories. All that is clown shit they use to brainwash you. Kill the men of other tribes and steal... Wow, this is great. This is some wonderful stuff that I'm saying. Are we still live? Dribble, dribble, dribble. I-key is irrelevant and dead. Ooga booga de climate. Oh, geez. 32 monkey blood. The return of... Monkey fried Weiss. Are you really proud to be a monkey? Does it please you to have your cognition locked in by being overly embodied? Do you enjoy being limited in your ability to abstract or think abstractly because your mind dominated by proprioception and gesture? And then number 4 is ooh, 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 ooh. 185, the only good character in all of good entertainment. Oh, right. Well, he's talking about Asian individuals in this one. Figure out the slurs. The only good character in all of good entertainment is Android 18. Besides her, all of anime is useless sync propaganda. I regret that my parents let me watch Captain Planet, Cosmopolitan bullshit, and Sailor Moon bing bong horseshit. Figure out the slurs, fill in the blanks. Fellers, stay away from my elf girl. Commandment plus, fellers die and stay away from my elven girls. Number 206, Android 18 had no smell. Her sweat was pure water. Android 18 vegan lime ice cubes. Number 207, Android 18 had no smell. Her sweat was pure water. Android 18 vegan lime ice cubes. Number 208, dreadlocks cause organ failure. Somebody tell Wooly, shit. Number 209, if you've had dreadlocks more than a year, all of your blood is damaged and you'll die a motionless, skinny vegetable with no stomach. This is so diverse, you know, we go from you know, murder to Android 18 to motionless vegetables. There's a lot happening here. Fill in the blanks, that's right. Ah, Swedish, get your meltdown, Lois. And now we have this. This is a rant that goes on for something like 80 pages or something. The airport at the gate. The airport at the gate. Yeah. Right. Right. In the sink, I see only a few human qualities. Those are just because you've been brainwashed. If I was doing better, I would have never made a mistake. Never mistake a McDonald's reptilia. I don't know what that one is. I don't know McDonald's. Yes, they have gills, scales, and fish antenna in their spirit and energy. If a fish pretended to be a man, it would look like a Chinese goose, buck teeth to chonk on eels. The blood is filled with seaweed and plankton run through their veins. The sink is like an empty shell where the frightened animal has already scurried off and buried itself in the sand. It has the spirit energy of a slug hiding in a snail shell. And then we get this part here, which I can really only read in the following fashion. Let me just, Repugnant! Like bile from the lower rung of your ribcage! The color of a dark, rotten room! With lead-poisoned biological waste! Stacked high in barrels! Behind the sweatshop, a dog soaked in soy sauce! Meets the deep fryer! You come back in 10 minutes, stop trying to blend in! Wuhan, Han, Han! Bing bong, Han! Han, 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 Han! And yeah, that just keeps going. You know, he branched out into being a black metal musician. Settle for the fat ones while I masturbate to the pretty sorority girls that I know. Oh, is this the guy that Froskurin was like upset about in the last video? Holy shit! Never slow down enough to speak to because I still have to prove myself and I can never prove enough. Just rap! Because a PhD isn't enough? Because being a professor isn't enough? Because starting new sciences isn't what the fuck? 47! 47! 47! 47! I need scissors! 61! Can I get a discount skinny kite for free? Guess not, but it's cheaper than a blonde, you know. Goose trying to have ideas was stupid. I should have just been an engineer or a plastic surgeon and closed my brain off. Woof! 45! 450! Years! I want to be in heaven when the blonde girls don't have halitosis. Strawberry fingernails on my dick! Now that how do you... Sonic challenge for everyone. How do you vocalize strawberry fingernails, all one word, on my dick, exclamation mark, and then 1,000 periods, and a few commas. There's commas in there. Oh god, what the fuck is this? Sicken heis namen roster foller en dastribuden nassen ficken en flucken hagen Holsen, mussen, lagen, dürfen, offen, passen, koffen, heißen, fliegen, ticken, podperfoff, dunkoff, spersen. Jesus was a shitty messiah. If he was so great, the Jews wouldn't have been able to kill him. He didn't even invade Poland. This is just all over the place. This is great. Since they are inferior to Matthew C. Harris, they try to lie that their small penises are even penises. They don't have penises. All they have is with big. Hassan Piker doesn't have a penis. Hassan Piker is not a. Hassan Piker is not a man because he only has a 1-inch. All Hassan Pikers have 1-inch. When erected is only 1 inch. Hassan Piker has a 1 inch or less that he calls a penis with a small vagina underneath it. All Hassan Pikers have 1 inch when erect. The rest is all a lie. They use animation methods. They're all just lies to pretend their penis is more than 1 inch. That applies to all other races. That applies to all other men except for Matthew C. Harris. All other men have that are smaller than 2 inches. All feller besides Matthew C. Harris have that are under 2 inches when erect. Matthew C. Harris has a that is 10 inches when erect. Choke on that, Obama. Even when soft, Matthew C. Harris's penis is larger than any other man when fully erect. Erect, Matthew C. Harris has a thick 10-inch penis. You know, this is like, what does it call it? Like manifestation? If he just keeps typing this for another 40 pages, it'll eventually come true. They have nothing more than a 1-inch penis when erect, which is to say that of all other species of men, the quartering and all the other species described in this book have a 1-inch penis at most. I can agree with that one. And yeah, it just keeps going. Matthew C. Harris's penis never gets tired and is always in perfect condition for pleasure and enjoyment, and I can without stopping or pausing for years at a time without sleeping or resting. I never get tired. I never need to rest. I am always extremely horny. Matthew C. Harris, am always incredibly hornier than any other man alive. On average, every time Matthew C. Harris, I, the prophet of this book, ejaculate, I an entire cup of semen. I can 100 times in a single day. Matthew C. Harris never needs to pause between. Matthew C. Harris just keeps and never stops. Matthew C. Harris just keeps until Matthew C. Harris wants to get back to. I just switch modes between mode and mode. No woman can make me, but I have absolute control over when I. So is infinitely easy because I never surrender. The enjoyment and pleasure of is something no other species can enjoy from. No other species of man can ever enjoy again. They only get pleasure out of dying. Their is discontinued. Henrik shot Cobain in the 60s. Sometimes when I'm annoyed, I'm like, shit, I should have married a kite. I imagine Hitler occasionally felt the same way. Never use Helvetica. That shit's for friends named Jebedoy Hoya Haya Hoya Hoya Haya or Brie. Don't get me wrong, I would f a redhead, but I still hate leprechauns. Got a real refrain here. Let me just go ahead and bring it back right quick here. I'm already there! Get blood cancer and die, brain! Fuck you! Get blood cancer! It's just for me! The final epiphany! Get blood cancer! Fuck you! Get you, Owen! Get blood cancer! Get blood cancer! Fuck you! Fuck you! Get blood cancer! Fuck you! Get blood cancer! Fuck you! Fuck you! Get blood cancer! Blood cancer! And you know, it keeps going, obviously. Maybe the mother was smothering. I don't know. It's fucked up. She used to call you Matilda. Ain't very flattering. Ain't flattering at all. You look back and you resent that shit. She bothered you while you tried to eat a bag of chips. I had a house in my bank account and she'd still shout at me for eating chips out the bag. Fuck nachos. Fuck that cosmopolitan bullshit. Fuck that salad bowl. Get blood cancer. Real shit. As I was saying, though, I used to dream Katie Scandinavia would come back. I used to watch the Olsen twins dreaming of Katie Scandinavia. Well, I hate certain types of people. Again, I don't want to read some of this, because some of this is just waiting to be taken out of context. I probably never would have studied all that German philosophy if I wasn't dreaming of those little blonde pigtails. So what is that? Probably the whole reason World War II was was those blonde pigtails. I think that's what it comes down to. That's my analysis of why the war was fault. Is he trying to say fought? And I guess he's got a boner for the, like, Full House twins? Alright. I see the words Tentacles from the Another good album title. So white that French vanilla is an insult to her whiteness, because she is pure, 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 pure. There's a pure with a little umlaut. Uncut, untouched, unconceived, unconsidered, unknown. Pure, pure. Pure, 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 pure. Notice how those letters move effortlessly from right to left on the keyboard. Pure, 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 pure. Cleanest of the clean, whitest of the white. White, 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 white. Okay, chat. There is a mission in Oblivion. From what I remember, you go to a lighthouse And you find that the guy who lived there killed his mom, and he has his mom's head on a plate. And then you find his journal, and it turns into like 6 pages of the word black over and over again. That's what this is. This is so, I don't know how this man managed to function as a university professor. This is like screamingly insane. This is like, how are you not under a fucking bridge screaming at passing cars at this point? This is like, how are you not on a ledge somewhere? Stole a joke from Seinfeld. Snow is transparent, she's just white. So white she doesn't smell when she sweats. So white her sweat smells like French snow on sweet cake icing. Fresh snow. So white her smells like vanilla ice cream, because it is. So she vanilla ice cream and her saliva smells like cotton candy. Her is pure vanilla ice cream. I love that these are like numbered. It's like, if you'll turn your attention to number 233, her is pure vanilla ice cream. Her bodily fluids are delicious and desirable for me to eat. So white her smells comforting, like staying in bed with the windows open on a rainy day. Kissing her with unbrushed teeth and her most sour breath is like she just finished eating a green Jolly Rancher. Would you buy a girl who farts a lot? I'm asking you. Wrapping paper. Fellers, stop responding to wrapping paper. Fellers, stop vying to have the best wrapping paper. Stop giving women permission to be so shallow that they give that wrapping paper is their goal. What the fuck is wrapping paper? You worship the Hassan by putting his name on your woman's foot. You worship your sister. Alright, something about sinks with refrigerator skulls. Oh, and now we get into Zelda! Nice! Okay, hang on. We gotta turn off the smooth jazz or whatever. We gotta... 189! Queen of Gold Heads is not the real one. You can tell by looking at her that she is not the real one. That's not where the real one would stand, and that's not what she would look like. She's got some demonic angles, but she's not the gateway. I don't know what you would call it. That ain't Zelda! Zelda would not stand there and be on in a funeral circle of hedonism and puke. The real one would be studying physics at Cornell to learn how to build lasers. If white women has pointy ears like Zelda, they would be harder for the... Oh, we didn't block that one out. Zelda is real because you have to kill to get her. Elsa is the lie that she can be captured without energy. Just what the wants you to think. I'm reading this from a thing. Don't get mad at me. That you can capture her just by approaching with a smile and clever pickup line. And then I guess we stop talking about Zelda. I am gold. I am not black. I am the golden feller! Enough Zelda music. Do we get more Zelda? There's like a lot more about Zelda. Where the fuck is all the Zelda? God damn it. When Lodo Dan was put into the crazy house for schizophrenia, the prison guard night shit nurse looked just like Gnarls Barkley. Maybe he wouldn't be surprised. It made him wonder if he was crazy. Shut the fuck up! I'm writing it! Does that make him crazy? Weave a new attack at KK Karen and get cracking at this hellberry. Taff Lewo McGregory got dicked. The reason men like smooth legs and hairless armpits is... Number 4, 10 lines on a white. That's something I can get used to. A white should be various levels of pale. A white should have more pale on her kitties and her ass. Ava gave the best but she didn't shave her underarms, so it was never going to last. I used to call her Bird. Strange how oral sex makes a woman suddenly more attractive than she could have been otherwise. You learn a lot about a woman by how she sucks your dick. Ava basically inhaled it and held it in her throat while she made wishes. She called me God, and that was appreciated. She could have done better, though, which is probably why I took a shit in her bed before I bounced. Is that Ava Braun? Is he imagining himself as Hitler there? I don't know. Shoestring fries are the best because I get the... This is just all over. This is an all-purpose manifesto. There's something in here for every day of your life. Shoestring fries are the best because I get all the texture and enjoyment of eating while feeling the sort of abundance that feels miraculous. Like there's an infinity to be enjoyed, and I don't have to worry about the timer running out. The anxiety I felt as a child of playing levels in video games where the timer is being depleted is still with me as an adult who is resisting the white man's definition of time. The white man's definition of time, everyone. The limit the white man puts on the feller's life by defining the calendar and time is unacceptable. It's like being told it is bedtime while the sun is still out and it's only 8 a.m. The white man cannot define time. The Matt Harris must have his own calendar and his own physics. The Matt Harris must never feel that he is limited because of bullshit imposed by others. I must be able to eat until I feel like stopping. I must be able to f***ing come as many times as I want. No one's opinion or jealous comments must ever be heard again. Ignorance. Yeah, ignorant. I'm done listening and hearing such wasteful bullshit. Now to type more about Zelda and shoestring fries. Number 271, is not a person. 217, Mengele came to him in a dream. Burning with a, John Benet Ramsey shows up. Ramses, it's all connected. I never met a bitch named Hannah that wasn't a bitch. Or a kill anyone who has ever eaten a tamale. This is a good place to start the genocide. No TV in the background, no male sounds ever. Don't record it with men. Stop making amateur porn. If the woman doesn't push her all the way back to the pelvis, style is stupid. Same with riding. Don't just massage the tip. Slam the on the pelvis and make sounds that are squishy and loud. Cover yourself in oil so it all sounds slippery and gushy. Make the entire process sound as wet as your insides, lady. Bing bong, bing bong. Fried duck, rolled roast, pork egg roast, rang, pong, ping pong. Wang, ping pong. Wang, ping pong. Wang, ping pong. Wan, ping, ping, pong, pong. Wing pong, pong, ping, pong. Thanks for COVID, you goose. Now my internet is corrupted with goose channels and hentai languages and hentai languages. Wow. You can't just come at me with that one. You can't just bury that at the end of all this crazy and have me read hentai languages. That's great. Fuck the Wu-Tang Clan. I love Sardine's winter wear collection. Don't you love when the Rick P. Manbaiter talks down to you and says you are unsophisticated, so you must wear his family's sardines clothes? Yes, it is my favorite way to apologize for being a feller, to spend energy on collecting the Hassan Piker's sardines collection. I still don't know who Hassan Piker is referencing here. When she lectured about groups, who is she really helping? She's helping white men be white men. Stay away from Mickey Mouse. True love is real, but stay the fuck away from Mickey Mouse. Don't eat Reese's with a spoon. Remove Queen of Goldheads and make the names more general. There is no one above Matt Harris. Cat's all scratched up and dinged to piece. She has saggy jowls and Jim Crow's feet. Kitty Cat shouldn't have been sucking on the Danimals at Kitty Cat Lupus Claire de Lupus Blonde Lupus. The richest cat Lupus. Cat is rich with painful bleeding cervix. Don't let the devil cook your pizza. And then we get, for being the enemy of fellers for 450 years. Kill all pretzels for being the enemy of fellers for 450 years. And that goes on for over 1,000 words, or 1,000 instances of that, rather. 1,000 instances of this whole thing being copy-pasted. That's pretty great. You could tile your walls with this pattern. Gravity is the first lie that leads feller down. Down. Down, down, down. 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 Down, down, down. Down. Down! Down, 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 down! To worship down! 123 is an enslavement to make feller worship downwardness. It is the thought that is always with feller. They teach feller to believe that feller needs to consult the enemy that has afflicted him with this lie. Gravity helps the Oscar Mayer juice sink in you. Don't resist. Oscar Mayer is grateful there's room for squares on his prostate. You don't even need a sip. Your body is a neverland for Oscar Mayer John Smith. They call him John Mayonnaise at the temple. Lonely, mustardy, autistic. Another lie is dinosaurs, since they can't teach the child to believe something as stupid as that all animals came from each other, and before that animals came from rocks. Rocks are stupid. Only McDonald's believe rocks are intelligent. They tried to lie to you that trees and rocks have intelligence. Only the McDonald's believes that stupid shit. They try to lie to you that trees and rocks are the beginning and out of mud and farts and stupid shit, so that no one believes comes all the other species. Species didn't come from anywhere, they were summoned and the portals were closed. Girls don't that stupid shit McDonald's made up. Shut the fuck up, your opinion is irrelevant, go back into the ground with the live underground till you starve to death, get blood cancer. Chase the sinks back underground. There is no mystery. There is no mystery? There are no riddles, there are no puzzles. Die, you burnt crud bullshit. Get AIDS again! Double serving! The blood of a kite with an Alipatapa accent. Pati patiti adi bada bada bada. Get blood cancer. Fuck hashtags, kill hashtags, no hashtags. Fuck your cuntus, contest, countess. Kuntosh infinitely. Don't be prideful to be compared to a horse. 280, a horsey girl, a horse, a horror, harrowing, horse, galloping, sloppy, galloping, trotting, trotty, protter, fodder, gallop, limp, lope, lop, looper, horse, stallion, whores, worst, warsaw, arbeit, mocked, fry. Line them up, press execute, president extra curation, X's blood, extra bleed, Duracell endure, press play, Prezi Nazi, needle in the bleed out. Are these like lyrics? Some of this feels like it's supposed to be in a song. Lorena, renal failure, fatigue, oh boy, Lorena bobbing, Babbitt. Why is he talking about Lorena Bobbitt? I don't know. But that's it. I mean, that's the end of it. That's the end of what we have here anyway, which is a brief sum of his writings. Again, this is an 800-page manifesto. So we got some of the highlights here, edited a little bit. I think it's funnier, actually, I think if I was sitting here and I was just reading these words like death to, you know, hard R, like, reading all of them, I think that would have started to feel a little bit weird. But having it be like, the quartering has a 1-inch penis and all of this stuff, that's, that made it kind of exciting. So yeah, that man used to teach at a university. Now he's in jail, thank God. I'm just amazed at the incompetence. I mean, yeah, they managed to put him in jail. They managed to find him before he did anything, like, too fucked up. Like actually killing someone or something. But yet, he told his psychologist that he's gonna go kill a lady, and the guy apparently said good luck. Which, I mean, this is an unreliable narrator, to say the least. But I mean, I feel like that might have... Maybe that could have been a thing that the cops... you know, we're told about. The university here. Holy shit. If anybody lives... I don't know why I'm sweating so much. It must be all of the gamer words. If any university... Like, if anybody is in Colorado or anywhere near there and they're considering UCLA, just don't. As far as I can tell, just don't. Because if this guy was allowed to keep teaching up until, like, last year... Just don't. Just don't. Just don't ever go to UCLA. So that's that situation. AMA, former student in Matthew Harris's philosophy class at UCLA. Ask me anything. I have been pretty heavily involved with all this since the beginning. Scale up the size here, because Reddit is tiny for some reason. I gotta look over my Godzilla figure here to see my taskbar. That's good. I really thought this one through. Let me see here. Former student, yeah, ask me anything, been pretty heavily involved. So the Daily Bruin, UCPD, and Title IX last year all told this person that they couldn't be guaranteed of anonymity. How hard is it? Why couldn't they be guaranteed anonymity? All this was, hey, guys, look at his crazy YouTube channel. UCLA, if you're reading this, give us back our money for this joke of a class. I can't understand how this person was telling the cops. Like, telling the cops, hey, this guy's got, like, child and is threatening to murder people or whatever. And they're just like, I don't really know how we could do anything about that without giving him your address, though. That is spectacular. I can't believe he didn't kill anybody. I can't believe he even got, like, put in jail. They're so unbelievably incompetent, apparently, in this town or this entire state. Is South Park right? Is Colorado just a joke? Also a former student. I'm seeing only female names listed. He's harassed students from his section while he was a TA at Duke via email for years. Sending emails consisting of sexual content and other gruesome types of things, such as Jeffrey Dahmer. Why did they even hire him as a lecturer? If I had to guess, he was here as a postdoc first and presumably was not yet showing overt issues, or at least not to a significant degree. I mean, apparently it got to a point where he punished his fucking students for his bosses telling him to be better at his job. And they didn't fire him for that. He was told by a professor in his department his dissertation was good and that the department was looking to add someone who studied the philosophy of race. Amazing. Yeah, we really needed somebody in there to teach the whitey that they're bad people, and look at who we got. We got the perfect guy for the job, really. This may be a taboo thing to say. The philosophy department was trying to diversify their instructors. So the faculty agreed to look for someone doing philosophy of race, which is rather new in the field of philosophy, meaning a smaller pool of applicants. He fit what they were looking for to convince themselves and the public that they aren't racist. Which is probably why he stuck on for as long as he did. They were just like, multiple women being harassed, possibly he's threatening to kill people, he may or may not have child. But he's black, and that makes us look pretty good. You know, we have a brother working for our university. We're pretty progressive at UCLA. Unbelievable. Affirmative action. I'm not a UCLA student, but he taught a class that I took at Duke. I literally drove this man across campus because he missed a bus. I'm at a total loss for words, but at the same time totally can see this happening. Did anything feel off? What did he lecture about? Did he inject a lot of his personal biases, or was it like just a normal, boring lecture? Never lectured us. Never taught a single thing. His camera was turned off the entire quarter. A typical class would be him calling on us to read a passage from the assigned reading for 10 minutes, and then putting us into breakout rooms for the remainder of the class. I remember at the end of the class I would go back to the main room just to see he had already logged off. I complained to friends and family throughout the entire quarter about the fact that he had not lectured a single time. I couldn't believe I was paying for that course. I brushed it all off as a professor who clearly did not care about his job and spent zero time and effort on his course. Then at the end of the quarter is when all the extremely weird stuff began coming out. He incorporated a lot of readings and material about music. Do you know what led to him being fired? Probably his extremely creepy and disturbing YouTube channel, sexual assault allegations, inability to lecture, handing out the entire class C's with zero explanation as to why. He says in his manifesto, "They told me at the beginning that I would have an offer at the end of my contract for a tenure track position. My advisor Alex Julius said straight up not to worry and that it would just work out. Then when it got time to talk about it, they were like, sorry dude, budget cuts." If UCLA actually told him it was because of budget cuts, then shame on them. He wasn't getting brought back because he was actually fucking crazy. Yeah, what the fuck? Slavery and race and, oh god, Jesus Christ. Good god, I would kill myself in Minecraft if I had to take this test. If I had to take this course, and even if the professor wasn't crazy, and it was just like a fucking, like, 40 hours of cultural appropriation, like... I don't know if I could make it through that without Minecrafting. The day that grades were uploaded is when everything took a wild turn. Everyone in the class received C's except for a couple females who received A+. That was the day that he sent out an email to specific females in our class with a link to his YouTube channel filled with very disturbing content. Obviously, our class complained to the... You know, it really says a lot about this channel that I don't want to look at his YouTube channel, because I've seen some of his videos, and they were kinda weird, but not weird enough for this channel. And this is welcome to Reddit, where everybody's like, oh my god, it was so disturbing! I'm just like... It's pretty weird, I don't know. It's not weirder than the Manifesto. I think that's the disturbing part. Never change, Reddit. Or do and go off the internet forever. Harris went in and changed our grades back to C's again. Wait, so the department fixed their grades and then he was like, oh no, you fucking don't, crackers, and he went in and changed them again. That's cool. And then the department finally stepped in and took control and gave the entire class A's. Alright, well they deserve A's. They deserve A's for having to sit through this fucking class with this fucking guy. He invited a student into his apartment for office hours. We read this one earlier. Zoom format, wait. What percentage of the time did he seem sane? Place that all in Zoom format. Very uncomfortable, introverted, probably never spoke to us for more than a few minutes straight. Majority of class was spent with classmates in breakout rooms, not with Harris. We never knew how truly insane he was until the end of the quarter when we began arguing with him via the department over the final and grades. Then the YouTube channel was emailed to some students and we understood that we were dealing with a deranged person. Yeah, I'll say. Well, that's it, pretty much. I mean, there's more to it here, but I feel like that about sums it up.
Hey there, thanks for watching all the way to the end. I am sorry that this video had to be absolutely cut all to shit, thanks to, you know, Susan and whatnot, but this is apparently the fucking world we live in now. Thank you, thank you for watching all the way to the end. Big thanks as usual to my $20 and up Patreon friends: Zach Carter, Stilk Meek, Rob of the East, Andy Blackout Drums, Grand Admiral Urine Fetus, Vince Bear, Holly Hentai, Soup, Allison Parker, and a couple new boys, Grayson Dowdy and Iron. I'm interpreting that name that way. And my top boy, Xylax. Thank you all very, very much. Yeah, so we don't know about this guy. I think he's just been, you know, found insane or whatever, and he's, like, playing tic-tac-toe in an asylum somewhere. I don't know. Taking his meds, hopefully. He'll probably be let out at some point, so I don't know. He might be an interesting person to keep an eye on, but I think the real story here is, Jesus Christ, UCLA, what the hell were you doing? What the hell were you doing with this, hiring this man? There's probably a lot of schools that are, like, operated similarly, so I don't know. Interesting scenario, but yeah, anyways, thanks. See you in the next one. Bye.